Hey guys, Mr. Brown, and a little different venue for our lecture today. I'll let it get a little sun. What I'm going to do today is just a little short video lecture to go along with a PowerPoint I'm sending out with you on tragic heroes. The PowerPoint has two more contemporary figures who you might know better. The figures of Lucifer, yeah, the devil, and Darth Vader. All right. Hopefully this will shine a little bit more light on tragic heroes and help you understand them a little bit better. All right. So I'm going to start on the PowerPoint. And as the PowerPoint fades in, you see the figure of an angel. You click on it, and the name Lucifer appears. Lucifer starts off as one of the archangels. The archangels are the elite amongst the angels, the most beautiful, most perfect. And Lucifer is arguably, is first amongst the archangels. His name literally means light bringer or morning star. Lucifer was responsible for making the sun come up every day, bringing light into the world. There's him, and then there's God. All right? But being number two is not enough for Lucifer. He wants to be equal to God. He wants to be a creator himself. And so he begins to explore and plot and scheme and try to figure out ways to make himself equal to God. His tragic flaw, all right, is ambition, like Macbeth's. He's power hungry. To be second fiddle is not enough for him. All right, we click the slide. Eventually, Lucifer convinces a third of the host of angels, a third of all the angels in heaven, to rise up in rebellion with him against God. The angels make war amongst each other. Michael, the avenging angel, goes toe-to-toe with Lucifer, imbued with the power of God. And click the slide. Click it again, because this is a funky one somebody made for me. You see Lucifer is cast down into the pit. You see the burning star falling into the pit. Lucifer loses big time, and he and all those angels who followed him are cast down into hell. We click the slide again, and you see them burning as they fall into the pit. All right, click it again, and Lucifer becomes Satan. Satan literally comes from an Arabic word that means evil one. All right, he loses all those attributes and things that made him beautiful and wonderful, and he becomes the literal devil. All right, so that's that one. Now the next one is the Darth Vader one. Excuse me. Darth Vader starts off as this cute little kid that we see, Anakin Skywalker. He grows up on a desert planet. He's a slave. He's got a great technical mind. Click the slide. But there's something special about him. He can do things that not only a kid his age shouldn't be able to do, that probably just about any human shouldn't be able to do. He has incredible reflexes. It's almost like he knows things before they're going to happen. He's found by the Jedi, and they find out that he is strong in the Force. And so they take him back with them to train him as a Jedi. Right? He grows very quickly, very powerful. The Force is with him, as they say in the movies. And because he's so powerful and so adept at using the Force, problems begin to arise. Click slide. He is incredibly adept at what he does. And because he's so good at what he does, he feels like he should be able to skip some grades, so to speak. Arrogance begins to grow in him. All right, he has more than one tragic flaw, but probably more than anything else, it's arrogance. All right, pride. All right, you can usually relate most of the tragic flaws to the 7 deadly sins. All right, click slide. He also has big anger management issues. being prideful, being feel like he's being held back, being, how do you say it, denied the things that he feels like he is due. He begins to grow, I guess you could say, almost pouty, petulant, willful, all right, and he begins to have problems controlling his anger. Right? He also, if we click the slide, he falls in love with the girl. The Jedi are not allowed to have romantic attachments, but, you know, he's Anakin Skywalker. The rules don't apply to him, so he begins a secret affair with the girl, and he actually marries her, all right, and they get pregnant, all right. Now, eventually, click the slide, he finds someone, a teacher, who says, I'll let you get around these strict rules. I'll let you advance at your own rate. I'll let you do what you want. I'll teach you the things that you want to know. All right? So he signs on with this guy, Palpatine. Palpatine takes him down the dark road. He turns on the Jedi. He turns on his friends. He leads stormtroopers into the Jedi Temple where they slaughter the Jedi, and he himself personally slaughters the entire youngest generation of Jedi. Right? He kills the Jedi children himself under the orders of his new master. Click slide. He even turns on his best friend and teacher, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they have a titanic battle. All right? But at the end of it, as good as he thinks he is... Oh, forgot. Click the slide. He even turns on the girl who he supposedly did all this for. He feels that she has betrayed him, that she led Obi-Wan to him, and he attacks her in his rage. All right? As good as he thought he was, he is not as good as his teacher. And he ends up with third-degree burns over 95% of his body. His lungs are scarred. He loses 2 arms and a leg. Excuse me. He loses 2 arms and a leg. He already lost 1 arm in another battle earlier. So he's a quadriplegic, right? He also loses his connection, or at least a tremendous amount of his connection with the Force, because the Force is generated by life, and he's pretty jacked up at this point. Click the slide. He is found by his new master, who saves him and rebuilds him as a cyborg. Mechanical parts replace his damaged organic parts. This is how he loses a lot of his connection to the Force. He places him in a suit of armor, which is basically a mobile life support unit. He'll be able to live and function. He'll be physically stronger than he was before, but it comes at a price tag. If he takes the suit off, he'll die. All right. Click the slide, and you see the helmet coming on. Click the slide again, and when he gets up off the operating table, he is, the character that has been voted in the top 5 villains of all time, usually around number 3, Darth Vader. And you look at this picture of him, and he looks every inch, the Dark Lord that he's supposed to be. Terrifying, intimidating, powerful, majestic, all these things. Click the slide. Here's the truth of the situation. He spends 20 years virtually enslaved to his new master, who he rapidly comes to hate. He lost all his friends. He lost his family. He believes he killed the woman that he loved, and goes through 20 years of knowing that he killed the woman that he loved for power. And he's trapped in this suit, horribly disfigured, horribly scarred. He loses, as we said, most of his power. He's still insanely powerful, but he could have been so much more than what he is. He's a very tragic figure. All right. Like we said, his tragic flaws are pride and anger. All right. There's some ambition tossed in there too. All right. Finally, he gets, click the slide, he gets let off the hook 20 years down the road when he does battle with the son he never knew he had. His wife did not die immediately. She survived long enough to give birth to twins, Luke and Leia. The father and the son do battle, and ultimately the father turns on his master Palpatine and kills him to save his son. But by this point, between battling Luke and between what Palpatine turns loose on him, he's pretty much totaled. He's all but dead. Not even his armor can keep him alive anymore. And so he dies asking his son to take his helmet off so that he can look at him with his own eyes. All right? So Vader is, that regrettably tragic hero who doesn't die immediately after the climax of his story, his battle with Obi-Wan. He dies 20 years later after 20 years of hell. Just absolute hell. So that's those two. I hope that helps it clear up and makes it maybe a little bit more simple about tragic heroes. I'm going to upload this one on YouTube, send it along to you. Hope you have a good day.